the reality is that maybe in one moment when you want to provide some change in your company, the first thing that you need to change is yourself. It's really funny advice because nobody expected it. So what do you expect? Work harder, work more. Okay, take care about your body because this is your main resource. But the most important part that we really need to think of and take care of is our ability to enjoy every day.
You're listening to Brainwork Framework, a business and marketing podcast brought to you by focus-biz.com.
Welcome back to another episode of Brainwork Framework. With us today is the founder of the Morgan Impact, Marina Morgan. She helps entrepreneurs, business leaders, and executives achieve both professional success and emotional well-being. We're going to be talking more about that today, Marina. So excited to have you on. How are you?
Hi, Chris. I really appreciate you. I'm so happy to be in here. I love your podcast, and your guests are so amazing, and you really create very cozy and calm space for the conversation, and that's why I really happy for invitation. Thank you so much. So I'm cool and inspired about our conversation. How are you today? What's going on?
I'm doing wonderful. We had a great conversation earlier. I wish we hit record because you told me so many great things about your past history and what you've been doing and how you got to where you are today. So let me open up that question for you. What were you doing before and what are you doing today, and how did that all come together?
Okay, great. Thank you so much for the question, Chris. Originally, I'm from Russia, and I was graduated as a Master of Organizational Psychology Science more than 15 years ago. And since then, I really developed my career in this field because I love it. I'm obsessed with that, and this is my passion. Business psychology in organization is very interesting because this is the system that a people create, and it combines their skills, their talents, their relationship, their condition, whatever you want. And it's really interesting to dive deeper into it. And since then, I have some kind of the dynamic blend of the corporative leadership and entrepreneurship. My first business was washing the windows in my native city. There I was born, and I was 80 years old. It was really cool business, and I still think it will work amazing in whatever area you can imagine because people need it and people don't want to do it by their own. So when I graduated, I've started my career in the biggest cinema theater chain in my country as a head of the talent development department. And since then, I developed in this track in corporative careers. And I had a period that I got fired, opened my businesses. I worked in the radio. I have my school. I have a lot of different things. And before I decided to move to the United States, I was in the top of the career experience, of the corporative career experience that you can imagine in my native country. Because I worked in the biggest technological company. There were 300,000 people all over the country, and biggest, amazing, interesting contracts inside the country, outside, international. And it was the company that engaged in everything that you are interested in, TMT industry. This is technology, telecom, and media, TMT. And this company was the biggest telecom provider. Also, we have a lot of different fantastic digital solutions for the business, whatever you can imagine, small business, huge business, industry, retail. And we have really amazing technological projects inside of it, and also some media, some online cinema theater, whatever you can imagine. And there I was the head of talent development in the segment. I was responsible for development those skills of our people that will bring company money. And when I created some strategy, I need to prove that the investments in this development program will bring the money for our company. And I was succeeding in it. I have several rewards on the markets for the successful and resultative project. And moving to the United States, when I really right now was my goal or my dream, I always know a lot about this country. And as well as I started to develop my career in the technological field, of course, we learn a lot from this side. We read this book about the Netflix, about the Google, about the management system here, about the talent development, because all this culture of the management was really new for Russia, this innovative approach to it, how to manage best people in the world. I mean, the most talented, most interesting, most powerful. And one day I came here for the business trip. I created the project. My idea was to develop the human resource brand of our company and to make our company more attractive to the technological talent for all over the world. And at that moment, it was a year before the political situation changed, before this conflict that was absolutely awful. At that period, relationship between Russia and United States were really more or less good enough, I can say. Nothing awful happened. And I came here to the Silicon Valley. First time in my life, I was 34 years old at that moment, to meet with the business partners. Because in my company, some group from IT department created a really interesting framework to management that tech teams inside the corporation. And the idea was how to organize the management of these teams to keep the spirit of the startup inside of the big company. This is really one of the challenges for the corporations, how to keep the spirits to inspire their amazing tech talents. So I came here, and my idea was to share this framework with the different professionals from Google, from Netflix, from Meta, and just to get their honest feedback how they think it works. And I met with a lot of different people here. And we had a plan to create the conference here in the Silicon Valley. The name of this framework was the Karma Framework. And the main idea was, for example, we initiated some project or some product where we want to do it. And we create this circle. We invite in this circle different professionals from the company who really needs. And it doesn't matter what is your status. Your influence for the decision depends of your real impact of the project. And also you were able to choose those projects that you want to be in this framework really help to manage all this stuff. They are flexible and it's really worked in an amazing way. We had fantastic results in our company and we just wanted to scale in it. So I came here, I met with a lot of different people, and I really remember when I sit in a cafe in front of the ocean after all these meetings, after visiting different amazing companies here, and I really felt that I belong to this place, and I need to be here, I need to move here, and this feeling, I experienced it several times in my life, and I really trusted it, and it wasn't a question, will I do it or not? It was only the question, how will I do it, and how can I do it as soon as possible? So I decided to move to United States, to the Silicon Valley, to open my own company here. And on my flight back, I'm just thinking, what will I do? What will be my next steps? And it was at the end of the May. And in the October, I moved here. And for these several months, I finished my corporative career. I was in the best situation that you can imagine in my country. I have my authority. I had an amazing network. People knew me. And at that moment, I already could choose the company where I want to work, the project that I want to work, because I have really amazing resultative projects with the most interesting technological industry in all the market, not in the Russia, because all that about the tech is on the top for the last 10, 15 years. But I really decided to start over. And I was in a relationship for several years. I decided we need to break up. It was another aspect of that. And I just came back. I created several projects that can help me to earn some money. And it was a project in the Russian market, in European market, and where I was able to officially work. Because when you're moving to the United States, the period when you enter the country and you're waiting for your documents, what will allow you officially live here and work here, you're unable to work here officially. And typically the first document that you got is your employment authorization, would allow you to earn money on this market. So I took care about it. And also I had some kind of different conversation with the lawyers. How can I change my immigrant status? My choice was AB1 visa. It's a visa for the talented people because I have a lot of proof for I'm really talented. I really can provide some results. So I moved here. It was only a one-way ticket. I didn't have plan or something like that because I really need to make a decision very fast. And you should know that I worked till the last day. My last work day in the company was October 11, and my flight was at October 12. So I finished everything that I can. I broke up. I had an assistant. She helped me to take care of all the stuff, apartments. I just got 2 cases, one luggage and also one cabin luggage, and that's it. And I decided I will buy everything that I need here because there are much more better goods in the United States market. So that's how I moved. And I can say I'm obsessed about the neurophysiological aspect of the talents, of the productivity, because it was very useful in my work. As I told you, I worked in the business field. That means that I need to count and I need to prove that everything that we are doing will bring the results to the company. I always asked all of my C-level manager to invite me to the strategy planning. And I also work as a facilitator for the different strategy planning because it's really helped me to understand what we need on the next step and how can I prepare our employers to this. And also in technological companies, your spendings for the employers is the highest part of all your spendings because they are expensive. And what else do you have? You don't have some manufacturer. You have only talented people in the laptops and also the office space where they need to work together. And if you are not managing this well, you will just lose your money and your investment in the talents of your people. This is the main investments that you are able to do in your business. Hiring the best talents and develop these talents and keep them inside of your company. So that's why I decided to create my own agency, the Morgan Impact. That the meaning of this is that I hope that my partnering with my client, my impact, will provide them some kind of resultative positive change that they really want, that they really need. And I'm just thinking about myself like a partner who bring this psychological and business psychological knowledge and the practices that will help my client to achieve those results that they want. Maybe it was a long answer for your question.
It's a great answer because it really highlights what the struggles and obstacles that you had to overcome to even get here, something that you didn't even imagine wanting to do. But then suddenly here you are just uprooting your entire life, changing a bunch of things, just saying, I'm going to figure this out, starting something new and fresh, but still bringing all that past experience into this new world, a new place where you could build it for your own. But something you mentioned is listening to yourself. You listen to your body or your mind or your gut. It was telling you something that you use as a compass to guide you, and how our mindset and our brain plays into how effective we are as entrepreneurs and business owners, but also employees. Those who want to try to improve the talent and retain the talent they have need to invest into their employees, make sure their mind is operating at the best level it is. So tell me more about this philosophy and bringing our mindset and the brain all together to be more productive and more effective.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking me about it. I can speak a lot about this topic. So the main thing that we need to understand that our condition and our perception of reality strongly depends of our neurophysiology. And we are not worried because something happens. The first thing, we have a high level of the cortisol inside of our body, and then our brain started to looking for the picture that can explain for us why am I worried. And another side, if you get enough rest, your neurotransmitter balance are really good, you have enough for creating serotonin, dopamine, and all the list that you can imagine. You don't have some kind of nutrition lack, everything fine, you will not feel this anxiety. And even if something awful will happen, you will just keep your resilience and just think, okay, this is the situation, what can I do here? And this is very important to understand this. The first thing is your condition. And another thing is the situation where you are. Because I told you about it. It was really helped me understanding, because when I moved here, I didn't have a plan. And also I moved in October. On February, the war between Russia and Ukraine started. And the relationship between the United States and Russia broke up just for several days. I lost everything. I was able to open my bank account because I have some accounts in Russia, and also my YouTube, all my apps, my Apple apps, everything, I lost it as well. I had a Russian passport at that moment. And for example, want to switch your account on the YouTube or on the Google to the Americans, you need to add some payment method that's relevant for the country where you are. And I wasn't able to do it because you're coming to Bank of America and they say, oh, I'm sorry, we can't open accounts for you. You have only one document and it's a Russian document. And you really need to solve all this problem. At the one moment, you didn't expect it. You wasn't ready for them. And you lost your bank account. I wasn't able to get some Uber because my app didn't work. You absolutely didn't expect it. So anyway, it was really helpful for me that if you are in a good condition, if you're managing your nervous system, your body feelings, your health, you will choose the best decision that is available for you right now, where you are in these circumstances. And the main priority that we can really take under control is our condition. Because honestly, we're unable to manage the reality. It can be also these black swans, the thing that you didn't expect. The reality of our life is the challenges and change, because it's happened day by day and you're really unable to influence for all of them. And when people trying to keep what's going on in outside reality under their control, they're really just decreasing the level of adrenaline inside of their body. The only one thing that we are able to control is our condition and our perception of what's going on outside, and we're really able to manage this. And if you're in the best condition, in the worst circumstances, you will find the best way to get out of this or to find the really good solution. Opposite situation, if for a long time you didn't sleep well, your prefrontal cortex that really help you to analyze the reality and find the best decision are really tight, and you don't have enough resources inside you, you don't have enough vitamin D. This is very boring things, and entrepreneurs typically don't like to think about it, because we more like to think about creativity, about innovation, about how we can create the business. And when you understand that you really need to take care about it, that you really need to sleep longer time, oh my God, they hate them. And I was absolutely the same, because when I was younger, I also think I hate the fact that I need to sleep because I want to work more. I want to create more projects. It's another part of the sensitiveness to the dopamine. So even if you're in this condition, in the best circumstances, you will be unable to use them because you don't have enough resources to integrate it. So This is two factors of this. The first one is the condition. And that's why companies started to think more about well-being, about how not to burn out, because they really understood that you can try to motivate your employees in the best way. You can create a lot of amazing development programs that will develop your hard skills, soft skills, your leadership skills. You can reorganize the business process in a different way. But if your system organized in those way where most of your employees don't have enough resources to integrate everything, you will not win. And that's what typically we're working on.
And what should companies now in 2025, what should they focus on giving to their employees, to their talent, to keep them happy, to keep them around, to keep them at their best? How should companies invest into their employees today?
It's an interesting and a good question. Let me start, if you will allow, with the important part for business owners and for business leaders, because you should understand that you are the source of the organizational culture of your company. And it doesn't matter if this is a small company with the 10 employers or this is a big company with 100,000 employees. Even if you're creating an amazing system, you are writing the best values on the walls, like clients is everything for us, whatever you want, you can imagine it. The reality will be that you will be the source of the real organizational culture. If you have some kind of co-founders, all of you, a relationship between you will influence for the organizational culture of your company. And the first thing that you should start with is your own understanding of your real motivation. I mean, what's the reason of creating specifically this business, what you want to achieve? And most of my clients who are facing with different challenges in their companies, they don't really understood their real motivation, why they created it. And it's important to know it about yourself. And also, the reality is that maybe in one moment when you want to provide some change in your company, the first thing that you need to change is yourself. And sometimes difficult enough. Some kind of surprising information for my clients and for the entrepreneurs that one of the amazing navigator in your own self-management and the management of your company is the feeling of enjoyment. I want to explain it a little bit. This is neuroscience under this position because our enjoyments have a strong connection with our endorphin system. And endorphins stimulate, providing the dopamine. This is the same chain. They have some kind of correlation between each other. And if you want to have much more motivation, to achieve your goals, to don't feel procrastinating or doing, you need to experience the small enjoyment day by day. And you need to enjoy the process of achieving all those goals in the same level like you were enjoying the results. And this is philosophy that you should understand and integrate in your personal life as a business owner and as a business founder. It's really funny advice because nobody expected it. So what do you expect? Like, work harder, work more. Okay, take care about your body because this is your main resource. But the most important part that we really need to think of and take care of is our ability to enjoy every day some small things. And the main advice that I'm typically giving for my clients, specifically the business owners, is to create some kind of a list. What things enjoy me? There are simple things, like, for example, we spoke with you today about it. These first signs of the spirits of the air, the smell of the air, the birds singing, the playing on the guitar. There are simple things that really give you this feeling, you name it, that you really want it, you really need it. And this is the first thing. You need to have this list and you need to take care about have this experience every day. Everyone is able to have 5 minutes per day just to go for this enjoyment. And another part of this is to learn your system to make a decision for the enjoyment. And again, this is always surprising most of my clients, and I will explain how does it work. You should start with very simple decisions. Like, for example, when you will come to the grocery store, what is your favorite grocery store, by the way?
Oh, favorite one is Aldi.
Okay.
Aldi, best deals.
We don't have in California.
It's actually from Germany.
Ah, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
the two Aldi brothers created it. There's two different ones, but that's my favorite. Tell me about yours.
Just a second, let me finish my thought and I will answer you. So next time when you will come to Aldi and you will come to any department, for example, when fruit and vegetables you can find. So come there and for the second, just ask yourself a question. Right now, I want more. And look on this. And imagine the taste of an apple, the banana, or the orange inside of your mouth. And those products that you will want more, just take it. And try to use this practice in very simple decisions, like what I want to wear today, jeans or slacks, and just imagine the feelings on your body. What will you like more? And only when you will feel this attraction to the solution, choose it. And day by day, started this very simple decision. Use this enjoyment science to make this. I want to ride on the car or on the bicycle, or I want just to walk from my house, from the office. Just 1 second, maybe even half of the minute. Imagine all these choices, and then your body will say, here, you need to choose it, just choose it. And in this way, day by day, you will learn your system to make a decision, keeping in the attention all the signs. The reality is that our body always knew what we really need right now at that moment, because there are a lot of different systems inside of us that analyze what's going on in our body, what we need, what's going on around us. And this is their personal thing. I mean, somebody love onion, somebody hates it, and it depends of your chemical balance or something like that. And your system to make decision for the enjoyment in one day, at the moment when you will be in the very tough circumstances, or you will be in the moment when you need to make some kind of important decision fast, and you will not have enough information, you will already know all your personal alphabet of the choosing of the best decision for you right now at that moment. And when you are able to speak with yourself on this language, your chance to make a best decision in a situation when you don't have enough information will dramatically increase. And that's what helped me when I was in different situation of my life. I trust for my body because I have a good relationship between us, and I know my body language, what I prefer, what is the gut feeling that we're speaking about here. Also in psychological fields exists this phrase that whole body yes, when your brain, your heart, and your gut really agree with that. And you just need to train it with the very simple exercises, as I told you. This is about the business founders. Okay. And answering for your question about what we need to keep in our mind managing our companies. So I think that it's very important to provide this information for our employees, that your condition means a lot. And if you feel anxiety, it's not necessary that the problem is you are not there, you're not good enough, or maybe you're worried about the relationship with your manager or with your coworkers, or you worry about the product or project or results or something like that. The main thing is that you have too much cortisol in your system or something like that. And we need to provide this information for our employees because knowledge about it really help people to manage their own condition in a better way. So as an organization, of course, you can keep this work-life. I don't like the phrase work-life balance, to be honest. I can explain why. But you can take care about the processes that they give some space for employees just to keep themselves in good conditions. And the reality is that most American companies that I know, comparing it with the Russian companies, they really take care about it. Because Russia had a very specific management tradition. I will give you an example. It was really difficult to explain for my American employee in my company and my coworkers because we have a strong cultural differences here. In Russia, your positive feedback is the only one. You don't have a negative feedback. The only one feedback that you can get for your manager is negative feedback. And if you didn't have any feedback, that means that you're doing everything well and everything fine. We tried to change it. I mean, that's why we used all this Google, Netflix methodology of feedback, of management. But there are also realities. This is something in our culture. We don't really emphasize a lot some positive things of the relationship on the reality because there is some cultural aspect of that. And when I started to work with the international team, some of my employees, I knew this thing about myself and I tried to, you're so good, you're doing this job well, but I really need to learn it. Coming back to the point, you like a business manager, you can take care about the comfortable workspace, about the balance, but you're unable to come into the home of all of your employers and put them in the bed at 11 o'clock, right? The only one thing that you can do, you can just explain them that this is our responsibility to provide a normal workspace for you, processes that will work, that will not destroy your health or something like this. This is our responsibility, but your responsibility is to take care about yourself. We are able to provide the knowledge about it. There are a lot of them right now on the YouTube. You also can use my channel or Andrew Huberman's channel. There are really a lot of different information. And also, you can invite some professional in this area to your company and just ask them to create several workshops that will help people to deeply understand how it works, why their condition is the first, and their interpretation of this condition is always the second. So that's the main advice is you need to provide this information for employees, but you're unable to do it if you are not know it by yourself, like a business owner, and if you didn't experience it on yourself. And if you are able to share it and, to scale it for all of your organization.
Absolutely. And it's so true for a lot of us, both companies and individuals, to focus on the communication piece and know that there are cultural differences on how we'd like to communicate and prefer that to happen. And beyond that, how we replenish our minds and ourselves to be better, to achieve more, and just listen to our body to be able to guide us in our decisions. Now, Marina, we only have a couple of minutes left. I wanted to ask, where can people find and connect with you online? And I believe you have a special offer you want to share with us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for keeping in your minds. We prepare a gift for you, our dear listeners. This is the guide for the entrepreneurs that I created for my clients, but everyone can use it. In this guide, you will find the information about the actual research, what is the specific of the entrepreneurial brain and entrepreneurial mindset. Also, the list of the nutrition and medical analysis that you need to keep in focus because they really influence for your productivity. And those devices that we recommend that can help you to track your body activity, your sleep routine, and everything that you need just to keep your main resource, yourself, in a good condition to changes, to challenges, to pivoting, to opening new businesses, to tough negotiations, to everything with that entrepreneurial typical facing. You can use it there. And also you can connect with me via my website, themorganimpact.com. On the LinkedIn, Marina Morgan, you will find it easily. And also I'm sharing all this information on my YouTube channel, Marina Morgan.
Wonderful. And we'll have all those links available down in the show notes and the description so everyone can get connected with Marina. Marina, we appreciate your time, love your energy, everything that you're bringing to America, the corporate world. It's much needed. Appreciate all the efforts that you're putting out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.